It has just a few bands for T-Mobile, but I hardly notice, works great. The camera is amazing, it's so much faster and better than my old S6. Very satisfied, comes with a protective case as well. This is a great phone and the price is ridiculously low. You get all kinds of feature and great camera and comes with Type-C connector. Very fast. Just love it for something under $200. You can't even get this kind of performance with other brand for like $700 in my opinion. Way good. For $150 this phone is completely worth every penny. Was comparing to my girlfriend's Galaxy A20 she spent $300 on about a year ago. Easily just as good and the camera excels in some aspects. The screen-to-body ratio is nuts, almost entirely screen. Looks sweet, feels sturdy, good selfie cam and regular cam is crazy nice. Love it. Got the 3GB RAM 32GB memory version and I am very happy with it. I am no phone expert and have had very bad experiences with phones in the past, so do not take this review very serious if you are a phone snob. I have been using this phone for about 2 weeks before writing this review. So I use AT&T in the US. I live in Raleigh, NC area, surrounded by a lot of trees and usually have poor connection in some places, but this phone seems to work great. In fact, I think I have better connection with this phone than my previous iPhone 5s in most areas. I have never ran into places I had no connection other than the usual spots. I never had connection with all other phones I have owned. Whoever said this phone does not work in the US was wrong. I assume they just put the SIM card in the wrong slot or did not have an active SIM card. I have owned a Samsung S7 and S8 and from my recollection this phone is just as fast as those two phones if not faster than S7 and wayyyy faster than my iPhone 5s. S7 battery exploded and S8 had a terrible LED white line which is the reason I had to use the iPhone 5s. I think the speaker in the phone is just as loud as the S8 and sounded about the same quality-wise. Once again, I am no sound or phone expert but I think quality-wise and loudness is about the same as an S8. I personally think the camera on this phone is better than any of my previous phones. The screen is great and big with good viewing angles. I can get a solid 2 days of battery which is great. Finger scanner and face recognition works great as well. Face recognition kind of lacks in darker areas. The only game I have played on it was Mobile Legends and it worked perfectly with no hiccups. The great thing about this phone is if you don't like something system-wise, like for me was the back button being on the right side instead of the left, you can change that or use full screen mode which I personally prefer. The selfie camera could be better but it's still solid. Personally I love the phone and for $155 you cannot go wrong. Seriously this phone is 100% worth the price. Also, I was lucky. I ordered the 32GB, 3GB RAM and they actually sent me the 64GB version. It was obviously a mistake. For some reason put a 32GB sticker over the box that said 64GB under. So that was a solid plus and is one reason why I gave it such a high rating. If you are thinking about getting this phone or any of the company's product and are worried about it working, don't worry, it will as long as you have the correct carrier. Seriously, I was nervous too at first and just said F it and bought it. And boy was I happy with the purchase. I would recommend getting the 64GB version though because the phone will come with 45GB system storage already used for what is already on the phone. meaning you will only have around 25 gigabytes worth of storage you can actually use. Hope this helps. I never do reviews but thought I would for this phone because of how skeptical I was at first. 100% the BOBM. Love the phone. Came 4 days early. Got it as gift but before I gave it to the person I inspected it and everything worked so fine. Camera is the best. Hope it will last long time. Click link in description for more reviews.